back, everyone. This week, I think I'll be working mostly on the Mini. I've got a few jobs to do. I've already finished first, which was to replace the intake exhaust gasket. I'm afraid I had a bit of a leak there, which could have been causing a lean mixture. But either way, I've been having some problems with it overheating, mostly in traffic or if I come to a stoplight, it'll climb the temperature. Anyway, I've already pulled the carbs and I've changed all of that. Virtually everything in the cooling system is new, right from one end to the other. Even the heater core, heater valve, radiator, water pump, thermostat, a couple of times. Done it all. The timing, I played with the timing. I think I'm running about 10 degrees or even 11 now. The newer gasoline isn't as good as the old stuff, and you need a little more timing. But anyway, none of that is really helping with the heating problem. If I am sitting at idle and I put the heater on, that's enough to keep it cool. But it's no fun driving with the heater on in the middle of summer, so I want to try and get the thing working a little better. What I have done is I've bought an electric fan, and I'm just going to move you over to the bench and I'll show you what I bought. And that's what this video is going to be about, is installing an electric fan on my Mini. Okay, so this is everything that comes in the box. This fan is by American Bolt. I bought it off of Amazon. It cost me $89 Canadian. You can get fans that are supposedly custom made for the Mini, but the one that says it'll fit between the radiator and the inner fender, they want $400. Well, 220 pounds, British pounds. By the time I get it in Canada, it costs me about double that, so it'll be about $440 Canadian by the time the shipping and everything else happens. So what comes in the box? I've got the fan itself. It's a 10-inch. It's a pull fan. So you put it on the fender well side of the radiator. It'll pull the air through from the rad. In addition to that, it comes with a relay. I believe I did buy some relays too, so I think, let me just check. Okay, this must be one of the ones that I bought separately. I was contemplating using this one just so that it would be identical to the one that I put on for the spot lamps that I just installed. So, don't know yet. But anyway, this is not the one that came with it. This one is. It's got clips that will just slide into there, so they can be used for mounting. Or it's got other screw locations around the outside. Actually, looking at these, I think these are what I need. It just might work. wiring connectors, and then it also comes with, oh well, you can see that. I guess I could cut the bag open. I don't think I'm actually going to use these, but I don't know yet. Maybe. Okay. It's a very, very old dog. I don't think I'll have him too much longer. Yes. So you can mount it with these things. Run that through. Got a little rubber pads that you can use. And you can stick it right through the radiator and put the clips on the back side, I think with a spring. And anyway, you can mount with that. I'm not actually mounting directly to the radiator. So I think I'll be mounting to the sheet metal using these. I'm just going to fit it up in there and see how things look. So I'll try to get the camera in there. It might be tough. Okay, this is the space I'm trying to work in. Now, I've already pulled off my vent duct tape because it was going to be in the way for sure. This is the back side of the headlight pot here, and if I want to reconnect my my driver's side air vent, I'm probably going to have to dent this somehow. I'll be taking it out afterwards, and maybe with the heat gun try and put enough of a dent there that I can bring the ducting down and still get it in there with the fan in. But anyway, I'll deal with the fan first. Now, just grab the fan. Hold it up there. It's going to be a little bit awkward. Trying not to bump my camera while I'm doing this. Oops, there goes my light. Get the light back on it here. Not sure how I had that before. Anyway, I think there. I think maybe right about like that. I can drill a hole, do there and there, and run a screw in. I can't pull it tight. I almost want to put a spacer underneath that, I think, so I don't just break it when I tighten it down. I think that's going to work. And then on top, yeah, that's going up above the, yeah. Yeah, that's going to work. But I'll have to put a little bit of a spacer in behind. the tabs so I don't break them off. Okay, well, so far I like it. I'm going to get the camera out of my way so I can drill some holes and mount that, and I'll come back and show you what I did, how I made out with it. Okay, I've been trying to push this probe through my radiator. This is a temperature switch, a controller, and so I'm afraid of damaging my rad. If I took the rad out, I could probably get it to go through, but the way the tubes are offset, and I'm just afraid I'm going to damage something in there. Then I got a big problem. So I am going to hook it up just on a switch. And I mean, what I'm doing now is I'm turning the heater on every time I come to a stoplight. So it's really no different than that. I can just flip a switch and turn on the electric fan. It'll do to try it out anyway. Okay, now this is what I'm going to use. If I drop that through there and I use a nut for a spacer on the back side, I'll slip that on there. And where are we here? There's still plenty of thread on the back side, and it's not long enough to touch the radiator, so that's what I'm going with. I've already got the bottom holes drilled. I don't know if you can even see it there, but anyway. Okay, I have the two bottom screws installed. Now I have to get to the top ones, which is going to be a little bit more challenging. You can't even see them up there. But there isn't enough room to get my drill straight. So I'm going to have to use my right angle adapter. I'll show you in a second here. Okay, here's the, I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, I've got it in my drill, and that way I can get up in there. Hard to hold the camera and show you at the same time. And anyway, here you can, I hope you can see it. So now, instead of the full length of the drill, I've only got, what's that, about 5 inches, 6 inches? So that I should be able to get up in there with and drill the holes. And then I just change this out for the number 2 bit, and I can run the screws in. So that's the plan. Hopefully it works. The fan is mounted, and I've installed the relay, and I just put it over here beside the other one for the spot lamps. And basically I did that because you have to take power straight from the battery to the relay, and it was shorter distance to take it off at the solenoid over there. I don't know if you can see the solenoid down underneath there, but that's where I'm pulling battery power. And that goes to the solenoid and then to the fan. And then for the switch, I'll take power off at the dash and run a wire down here. Okay, I'm done under the wheel well. I'll try and give you a good look at it if I can. Just laid in a suitable position. So I get the 2 screws at the bottom. I can't see even what I'm looking at with my camera, so anyway, there it is there. The 2 wires coming out of it. I'll put a tire up right there, and they go up, and there was a grommet right up there, and that goes right through into the engine bay. See those two wires coming through the side there. The green wire goes across and connects to the, where it will, I haven't hooked it up yet, to the green wire coming out of the relay. The black wire I've got connected to a ground. I just ran a screw in to make a ground over here. So now this roll of white wire, I poked it through the grommet to the interior of the car, and that I'm going to connect to a switch, and the other end of that has to it has to connect onto the white wire coming out of the relay. So once I get that connected, and then I'll have to run a second white wire, because I've also got the I've got my front spotlights hooked up, and everything on that is connected, except that again I need wire from the switch with power. Everything else is hooked up. I have a green wire in place here, ready to plug into the fuse block, and that'll be my power going to the switches. That's the other green wire going through the bulkhead over there. And what I'm using is I've got this little switch panel I'm going to mount underneath the dash, and I don't know if I can use this other switch or not, because I don't know if I have a connector to go on the back of it. I might try and use those connectors right on directly onto the pins, little individual ones. I'll see. I haven't tried that yet. Anyway. Okay, now there's the finished installation. I actually had to take that plastic headlight pot and heat it up and dent it a little bit to get that ducting for the vent to go by, but it's in there. Unfortunately, I had to add a little duct tape at the bottom to try and close it off, because I couldn't get it on. It was starting to break up. Yeah, that ducting, which is 48 years old, is pretty brittle, and it was breaking up when I was trying to pull it over that duct at the end there. I couldn't find any to replace it. I don't know why something like that would be that hard to find, but I couldn't find any. I patched it up with automotive goop. There was a bunch of holes in it where it rubbed on the tire or something. Anyway, I patched it all up and I got it in there and got it to work. But I would definitely like to get some new ducting and do a better job of that. But the fan, I'm happy with. I'm hoping that it doesn't rub when I crank the wheel all the way to the right, but anyway, I'll find out soon. Okay, the Mini is rolled out of the shop and I'm back to work on the MGA. I'm trying to get these floorboards drilled, and it's not quite as straightforward as I was expecting it to be. There are a number of holes. Another one down here, and there's one. Anyway, there's a couple of holes that I haven't drilled yet in this, because you cannot get a drill to the back side of it. Now what I have done is used my little pick here and gone in behind the panel and been able to get in and just scratch it like that. So I think when I pull this off, I'll be able to see where I need to drill the last 2 holes. The other thing I found, I bought the hardware kit from Moss Motors, and I'll just bring the camera down here for a minute so you can see it. Oops. Now, this isn't the entire kit, but that's basically what it consists of, is a bunch of screws and these finishing washers. And now the problem with that, I went with 1/2-inch plywood, not the original 3/8 thick. So some of them I was having a hard time getting the thread to engage, just so it could pull it in all the way. So I might end up going shopping for some longer ones. The kit did come with 3. Am I in the right place there? They did come with 3 like this, which are a little bit longer. Why 3, I'm not sure. I think perhaps just across the top, because they do need to be a little bit longer there. And in the rest of them, for some reason, there seems to be a mix. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up on the video, but some seems to be chrome plated and some stainless steel. The longer ones were stainless steel for sure. Unless that's just a slightly different plating on them, I don't know. But anyway, they look a little different. The other thing, when I got around to actually tightening the fasteners down, it has pushed, it's pushed the tunnel over slightly. So even though I thought I had plenty of clearance, now there's no way that these screws are going to go through the holes there, because that's been pushed over a bit. So I'm going to have to do a little more relieving and get that to fit. And maybe before I put it in the next time, I'll clamp it down here or drop screws through or something to try and hold that in place. So I can see it's going to be a little bit of a chore trying to go through and get every panel fitted and get the tunnel properly positioned. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna plug away at it, but I just thought I would mention that, especially if you're using the 1/2-inch plywood like I did. Anyway, I'll get back to work on it, and I'll let you know if I run into any more troubles. I will have to let you know in a future video how that fan panned out. So far, I'm not overly impressed with it, but it's a little too early to really tell. I did get the spotlights hooked up and working, so that's a plus. Anyway, we'll wrap up this video here, and please like and subscribe, hit the notifications, and it'll really help the channel. And come on back. We'll get back to work on Dolly, and see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.